Let's chat. I remember as a little girl, I would hear adults talking about me. I'm not talking about strangers. I'm talking about some family members. And they would say things like, oh, Creasy is so fast. She's hotter than cayenne pepper. But not once did it occur to them to say, now not all adults were saying this about me, but the ones that were, never said why. What has happened to a 10-year-old to have this type of curiosity? That never occurred to y'all? Because only thing I really should have been curious about is my crayons, my cutouts, my coloring book. That's it. But y'all changed the narrative. Instead of y'all saying, we need to look into what's going on with that child because she is too curious about these subject matters to be a child. But y'all would rather put all the blame on a child and let the adult escape responsibility. They get to walk around scot-free. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't care if I had my first child at 14. Exactly 1 month after turning 14. And what happens is, adults, some will take that as a right to continue to violate a child. But a child cannot mess with an adult. Y'all have it twisted. Y'all sit up and say, oh, she's so fast. Oh, she messing with that adult. No, a child doesn't even have the mental capacity to even know, to understand the ramifications of being in an adult world. I don't care how fast she seems to be. So if it's someone underage, stop saying someone underage is messing with someone that is of adult age, because that's an impossibility. What you need to say is that grown behind man is messing with that child. Because when y'all sit up and talk about girls that y'all say are fast, and other men hear, people hear you say this, they already know that child don't have nobody to protect them, to defend them, so they're free game, and they take advantage of that. And on top of that, some of the main ones that violated my innocence were family members. It started with family members at the age of 7 years old. That's just the truth. That is the truth. And they will be the loudest voice in the room. Yeah, that girl, she knows she fast. When you know, you little pedophile, that you are part of the reason that the child is curious. Call it what it is. Any adult that does anything with someone underage is a pedophile. Period. That's just the truth. And stop blaming children for what adults do. If you're going to be for right, you're going to be for against what's wrong, I don't care if it's a family member, I don't care who it is. When you know they have done something to violate a child, you need to protect that child by standing up, and you need to prevent them from doing it to any other child by standing up. Period. Ain't no two ways around it. No one came to me and said, has anybody done anything to you? Y'all just started calling me fast. And some of y'all very own bloodline was the ones that violated me. Like I said, I was first violated at the age of 7 by a family member. 7 years old. And that person was one of the loudest voices in the room talking about me. And that's a shame. You sitting up talking about somebody and you know what you did to them. That's a shame. When men know, and this is where the absence of a father in my life served as a disadvantage for me. Because my grandmother was old. She's going to do so much. But when they know that a father's absence from a child's life, especially little girls, I'm just going to say little girls because I was a little girl, I think they are more inclined to take advantage of them. And then you couple that with the fact that they hear family members talking about how fast she is. Hey, y'all over there making them the ones that haven't violated her innocence yet. Y'all over there making them curious because you over there broadcasting that she fast. So now, y'all putting the word out, not in the exact words, but y'all basically telling them, oh, she fast, go ahead and try to mess with her. A lot of y'all doing all that talking, y'all should have been trying to help. Y'all should have sat me down. If y'all felt that I was fast at 10 years old, y'all should have sat me down and said, what's going on? Has anybody done anything to you? But when y'all sitting up talking about me or saying I'm fast, and y'all don't want so-and-so around me because I'm too fast, y'all don't think that made me feel alone? If the adults remove themselves from a child's life, y'all basically y'all have thrown the child to the wolves. Anybody could take advantage of them. And then y'all want to sit up and say a person, something's wrong with them. Y'all help emotionally scar them by not defending them. But I bet nobody can make y'all believe that. If they had heard you say, that girl is too advanced in this area, she's too curious about stuff like this at her age, I'm going to find out what's going on. You would have scared them off, like, I better not go mess with her. Because they're on the trail. But y'all didn't do that. From the age of 14 until I was, honestly, I could say on my own, defending for myself, I was at the disposal of anybody who wanted to take advantage of me as a child. And nobody came to my rescue. God helped, God was, but as far as family members, Y'all didn't. If you load a fast child, then it is only fair that you load the person that would violate a fast child. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. But I'll tell you what, I'm sharing my story for others to know that if they're experiencing this or if they've experienced this, they're not alone and they can stand up. I don't have to call names. That's not necessary. But God rescued me. From the lion's den. And I don't harbor any ill feelings or hate in my heart toward anyone. God has been too good to me for that. But my overall message is this. Please, and I'm speaking from experience, if you see someone that's not of adult age and they seem to be fast, look into it. Don't just talk about them. Ask them if something has happened. Ask them if someone has done something to them. And don't let children hear you talking about them. I would hear adults, family members, close family members, sitting on the phone talking about me. And they knew I was in the room. They knew that I was in the house. You don't do that to a child. You never let an adult know that a child is alone and doesn't have anyone to stand up for them and speak up for them and fight for them. And all I was ever looking for, I was either looking for a roof over my head, homeless, didn't have nowhere to live with me and my baby. So I was either looking for a roof over my head or I was looking for love, or both. Having my first child at 14, I got pregnant at 13, my first child. I got pregnant at 15 with my second child and had her at 16. 2 months after my 16th birthday. The law should have been called for what I was going through. To protect and defend me, and to have somebody put away. But no, I was just called a fast, that girl fast. And the truth of the matter is, I just needed a roof over my head. When I had my second child, I had a 2-year-old. 16 with a 2-year-old and a newborn. And out on the streets. Actually, I was first out on the streets at 15 when my baby was 1. I just needed a place to live. And by the time I was 16, got pregnant at 15. I'm gonna tell you something. 9 times out of 10, no 15-year-old child is sitting up talking about they want to have a relationship with a 40-some-year-old man. Just think about that for a moment. Because she can be fast with boys. If you just want to be fast. But ain't no 15-year-old sitting up talking about, you know what? I want to have a relationship with an old 40-plus-year-old man. Did that ever occur to anybody? Nope. Because y'all rather protect the offender. Than stand up for the offended. Y'all rather protect the abuser than stand up for the abused. But you know the saying, everyone has a chapter they don't want read out loud. And I'm not here to read out anybody's chapter aloud. I'm just talking about me. And I just don't understand the thought process of thinking that a child is seeking a relationship from a grown man. Y'all gotta know, your child is being taken advantage of. But see, when you cast that child aside, they don't get to tell the truth. So it's easier to listen to the pedophile, the child molester. It's easier to listen to them, I guess, than deal with the reality. Oh, I'm Creasy, Jetty Lee's grandbaby. I hope you enjoyed this story time. I do them once a week. Either I post them on Friday or Saturday. Just sharing my journey from childhood up until adulthood. I hope you comment, like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next story time. Goodbye.